Oh God! Welcome back to the insanity that is A Hunter's Guide. I have completely lost my shit.
No, I've lost my shit.
I am Ragnar along with Wolf. Yeah, you're getting there too, buddy.
I'm on the whole other side of the spectrum, though.
Oh, I don't know about that. What, are you saying I'm a psychopath and you're a sociopath?
So how you doing?
Great. This week we are covering the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're doing seven deadly sins. Should be fun. Should be cool.
Oh yeah.
Informative.
Lustful.
Seductive.
Ambitious.
Gay. But first, as always,
Let's play a game.
first up, what is Batman's guilty pleasure?
Putting orphan children in tight spandex.
I would have just gone with the Joker smile.
Oh god. If we were all stand-up comedians, who would get the least amount of laughs?
I feel like I'd stall too much.
Yeah, you do kind of stall.
I'm not good without having notes.
Cue card! Where's the cue card?
Unless I'm like just back and forth with somebody and if I'm up there by myself, I'm fucked.
You're dead in the water.
Fucked.
You'll be fine.
Fucked. Who's most likely to create a scam business?
What?
I'm trying to think what kind of business we either of us would make.
I don't know. How the I got nothing.
I don't know either. Fuck it. Who's most likely to create to do tax fraud?
You.
Probably.
Do the do with our most extreme flavor yet. Get ready for Mountain Dew Blank.
Do the do with our most extreme flavor yet. Get ready for Mountain Dew Dead Rat.
What? Dead rat?
Because they disintegrate rats in their Mountain Dew.
What?
You didn't know that?
No, but no, I'm not drinking this shit ever again.
There's a... They did a case. Apparently someone tried to claim that a rat was in their Mountain Dew. And Mountain Dew was like, that's impossible because the rats dissolve within hours of in Mountain Dew. The real question is, why do they know this?
I don't know, but that makes me want to throw up. Okay, next.
This is madness. No, this is...
Your arrest record!
Honestly, I just always think of the actual line, Sparta. Except I think of that fucking techno mix from like the early 2000s.
Oh no, the one from Meet the Spartans?
No, I'm thinking about the fucking YouTube one where it's like, this is Sparta.
Yeah. Who would gamble with the least amount of money?
I feel like I would gamble with the least amount of money.
I'd be going in there with at least like $1,000.
See, I'd go in there with like $5 because even that's gonna make me cry losing it.
You'd be fine. Quit being a pansy.
Just going in like, I'm all in. Sir, that's 1 token.
Exactly. That's how we roll out in this bitch.
Alright, well, that was a fun short game.
We play penny poker.
Apparently my gambling face is pretty spot on considering half the time I don't look at my cards.
I don't either. Majority of the time, I really don't.
And it really throws people off.
Uh-huh. Like, what? You constantly look at that? I couldn't do it.
No, what? You want to know if you have a good hand? That throws off the gamble.
Yeah. That throws off the fun of the game.
I'm going for your chaotic reaction, especially when you have the best hand in the game and you see me constantly going, nah.
Oh, yeah, I'm
nah.
definitely going for your ass.
Because I've been in that situation where they had like a full royal flush and I had like a fucking straight or some shit, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, nah, keep raising it. Keep raising it, bitch. And he's just sitting there going, how? What do you have that could be better? And I'm just sitting here like, keep raising it, bitch. I ain't quitting. Until eventually he was just like, fold your cards. Lift them up. And I was just like, all right, fine. Boom. Hey, those are decent. And he's just like, you didn't even know? You didn't even know?
That's so fucked up, man. That's just mean. That is so mean.
The fact that it was a decent deck, too. Like, I had a good hand.
I would have been so pissed. I would have been so pissed.
He was.
Oh.
I single-handedly stopped the gambling.
Oh, you are such a turd. You are such a turd.
I pissed everyone off with that move.
I bet you did.
The fact that I almost won, too.
Somebody would have killed you if you would have won.
I know. And it was great. On the plus side, we weren't putting money on it. But, with that sin in hand, let's get into the real sins. Woo! The 7 deadly sins are as follows: pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. Each can be overcome using the 7 corresponding virtues: humility, charity, chastity, gratitude, temperance, patience, and diligence. And given what you told me, Ragnar, out of all the beings to be able to possess the sins, if an angel were to possess them, they would convert them into virtues.
Yes, that's what I was looking for yesterday, and I couldn't remember what the fuck. I almost called them commandments, and I was like, wait, that's not right.
That can't be. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Most of the capital sins, with the sole exception of sloth, are defined by Dante Alighieri as perverse or corrupt versions of love for something or another. Lust, gluttony, and greed are all excessive or disordered love of good things. Sloth is deficiency of love. Wrath, envy, and pride are perverted love directed towards others' harm. In the 7 capital sins are 7 ways of eternal death. The capital sins, from lust to envy, are generally associated with pride, which has been labeled as the father of all sins.
Pride is the father of all sin. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know.
Maybe by the end of the episode.
I'd go more with greed, honestly.
They kind of all go hand in hand with each other.
They really do. So it's kind of hard to just pick like one. Yeah.
So lust is intense longing. It is usually thought of as intense or unbridled sexual desire, which leads to fornication, adultery, rape, bestiality, and other sinful sexual acts.
Oh my god! Why did it have to include those? Why? Why?
However, lust could also mean simply desire in general. Thus, lust for money, power, and other things are sinful. In accordance with the words of Henry Edward Manning, the impurity of lust transforms one into a slave of the devil. Lust, if not managed properly, can subvert propriety.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it would more depend on how they're using them.
Yeah.
I guess.
It can be complex.
Yeah.
Not always what you think.
But I could definitely see lust being like the madam of a brothel, though.
Oh, absolutely. That one's like an easy one to like.
Or the mistress of a BDSM dungeon.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh god, imagine a succubus that has lust. That's too much power.
It's annoying.
That would be too much.
Yeah.
Dante defined lust as the disordered love for individuals, thus possessing at least the redeeming feature of mutuality, unlike the graver sins, which constitute an increasingly agonized focusing upon the solitary self, is generally thought to be the least serious capital sin, as it is an abuse of a faculty that humans share with animals, and sins of the flesh are less grievous than spiritual sins.
Wait, what? What's sin of the flesh?
Sin of the flesh?
Oh,
lust?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was...
It's the one sin that we share with all animals. So it's not as...
It's not really a sin.
It's the least sinful of the sins.
Wow. Never thought you'd say that, huh?
Never thought I'd say that, yeah. But at the same time, it's how it is affected.
Yeah.
Gluttony is the overindulgence and overconsumption of anything to the point of waste. The word derives from the Latin glutire, meaning to gulp down or swallow. In Christianity, it is considered a sin if the excessive desire for food causes it to be withheld from the needy. We're looking at you fat Americans. You fucking glutton fat pigs.
I mean, America is the fattest country right now.
Is it? It keeps fluctuating between Mexico and America.
Yeah. I think right now, though, the U.S. is still on top.
I would hate to be underneath a fat bitch. Because of these scripts, gluttony can be interpreted as selfishness, essentially placing concern with one's own impulses or interest above the well-being of or interest of others. During times of famine, war, and similar periods when food is scarce, it is possible for one to indirectly kill other people through starvation by eating too much or even too soon. Medieval church leaders took a more expansive view of gluttony, arguing that it could also include an obsessive anticipation of meals and the constant eating of delicacies and excessively costly foods. Aquinas went so far as to prepare a list of 5 ways to commit gluttony, comprising laute, eating too expensively; studious, eating too daintily; nimis, eating too much; praepropere, eating too soon; ardenter, eating too eagerly.
What was the dainty one?
Studious?
So basically what that means is you eating too gay.
Yeah, that's fair. Of these, ardenter is often considered the most serious, since it is extreme attachment to the pleasure of mere eating, which can make the committer eat impulsively, absolutely and without qualification, live merely to eat and drink, lose attachment to health-related social, intellectual, and spiritual pleasures, and lose proper judgment.
Awesome.
I'm just literally thinking of Americans now.
Isn't that what we always think about as Americans? America first! Okay, America first! Please don't shoot me.
Considering it. Greed, also known as avarice, cupidity, or covetous, is like lust and gluttony, a sin of desire. However, greed is applied to an artificial, rapacious desire in pursuit of material possessions. Thomas Aquinas wrote, "Greed is a sin against God, just as all mortal sins, in as much as man condemns things eternal for the sake of temporal things. In Dante's Purgatory, the penitents are bound and laid face down on the ground for having concentrated excessively on earthly thoughts. Hoarding of materials or objects, theft and robbery, especially by means of violence, trickery, or manipulation of authority, are all actions that may inspire by greed. Such misdeeds can include simony, where one attempts to purchase or sell sacraments, including holy orders and therefore positions of authority in the church hierarchy.
Clergyman. Yes, I want to be a man of the cloth, so I can see what's underneath.
Ugh.
Oh wait, no, you don't gotta do that. You just gotta be an altar boy.
That's fucked.
It's
fucked.
true though.
It's true, but it's fucked.
It's true though.
It's true, but it's fucked.
Thank you.
Unless you're the current pope, then you're just looking on Instagram.
He looking at titties.
He
Let that man look at titties.
He likes the titties. That is an upgrade from the previous popes.
Yeah, let that man like some titties. Alright.
As defined outside Christian writings, greed is an inordinate desire to acquire or possess more than one needs, especially with respect to material wealth. Like pride, it can lead to not just some, but all evil. Sloth or without care refers to a particular jumble of notions dating from antiquity and including mental, spiritual, pathological, or physical states. It may be defined as absence of interest or habitual disinclination to exertion.
Okay. What the fuck?
The scope of sloth... Why did I feel like I threw an F in there? The scope of sloth, or acedia, is wide. Spiritually, acedias first referred to an affliction attending religious persons, especially monks, wherein they became indifferent to their duties and obligations to God. Mentally, acedia has a number of distinctive components, of which the most important is affectlessness, a lack of any feeling about self or other, a mind state that gives rise to boredom, I'm not sure what rancer means, apathy, and a passive, inert, or sluggish mentation.
Mentation?
Mentation.
Is that like a mixture between meditation and menstruation?
I'm just thinking of menstruation. That's the only place my mind's on. Physically, acedia is fundamentally associated with the cessation of motion and an indifference to work. It finds expression in laziness, idleness, and indolence.
Doing nothing.
I'm learning a lot of new words from this one.
You think you can make your own dictionary?
Yeah, but it'll just be like this word.
This word means this, but except if you go into this state and then it means this. It's a whole jumbled up fucking cockamamie mess.
I feel like mine would be more Urban Dictionary style.
This one means a blowjob with a hand job on top of it. That one means you taking a dump on their chest and then you drag your ass across it, you know? The Cleveland steamer.
Oh, man. You just reminded me of the story about the dude I went on a date with who accidentally got shat down his throat.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot about that one. Oh.
So for context, someone was writing his face while he was eating their ass, and they couldn't tell that they suddenly had to shit. So while one was crying and taking a shit, the other one was vomiting their guts out.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so great.
And he spared no details.
Come on, this is what all this is about. Details!
I didn't want them.
I want a play-by-play with a point-by-point.
I felt like I was there by the end of it.
I'm going to need a 20-page slideshow to get me through this, see?
I'm going to need Jesus.
That's funny. Jesus needs you.
That needy bitch. All right. Sloth includes ceasing to utilize the 7 gifts of grace given by the Holy Spirit: wisdom, understanding, counsel, knowledge, piety, fortitude, and fear of the Lord.
You know, many people have piety nowadays.
I don't think that grace should include fear of God.
You know, grace and favor of the Lord.
It doesn't really feel like a gift to be fearing somebody.
You have to fear the Almighty, don't you?
It doesn't feel like a gift.
Everybody in my religion fears Odin.
Doesn't feel like a gift, though.
I mean, it's not really a gift from him. It's more of a warning of, now you know what I can do.
And now I'm horny.
I'm always horny, baby.
Such disregard may lead to the slowing of one's spiritual progress towards eternal life, to the neglect of manifold duties of charity towards the neighbor, and to animosity towards those who love God.
But why?
My thing is, the 7 deadly sins are older than fucking Christianity.
Yeah.
So why is it so directly associated with Christian?
Because they just adopted it into their religion, basically. They adopted that along with the commandments. Well, the commandments they didn't adopt, but they brought that with the commandments, and the 7 virtues is basically like a balancing act, kind of.
Fair enough. Sloth has also been defined as a failure to do things that one should do. By this definition, evil exists when good people fail to act. So don't be a witness to something you could have stopped.
Listen, man, you see something? Don't you fucking say something. I'm gonna find you in prison, boy.
You won't find me if you did, boy.
That's only if you can get out of this hole. Mm-hmm.
Oh, honey, I'm getting in now.
I got plenty of popsicles downstairs.
Popsicles?
Some people are like, what the fuck? This just went into like a rape comedy. What the shit?
Unlike the other capital sins, which are sins of committing immorality, sloth is a sin of omitting responsibilities. It may arise from any of the other capital vices. For example, a son may omit his duty to his father through anger, while the state and habit of sloth is a mortal sin. The habit of the soul tending towards the last mortal state of sloth is not mortal in and of itself, except under certain circumstances.
Drugs.
It's always drugs. It's always drugs.
Just take a lot of LSD, you'll be fine.
Just remember all the old pot commercials, and that's it.
Yeah.
Becky's now a couch.
Is she at least a lazy boy?
Lazy girl.
Ugh. Too many wrinkles.
Emotionally and cognitively, the evil of acedia finds expression in a lack of any feeling for the world, for the people in it, or for the self. Acedia takes form as an alienation of the sentient self first, from the world and then from itself. Although the most profound versions of this condition are found in a withdrawal from all forms of participation in or care for others or oneself, a lesser but more noisome element was also noted by theologians.
Theologians? Damn
Philly.
hippies.
Sloth not only subverts the livelihood of the body, taking no care for its day-to-day provisions, but also slows down the mind, halting its attention to matters of great importance. Sloth hinders the man in his righteous undertakings and thus becomes a terrible source of human's undoing.
I knew sloth was a sub. Paralyzed Tempur-Pedic mattress, baby, yes.
Oh no. My exes, not one, but 2.
That's just sad.
Right? Wrath can be defined as an uncontrolled feelings of anger, rage, and even hatred. Wrath often reveals itself in the wish to seek vengeance. In its purest form, wrath presents with injury, violence, and hate that may provoke feuds that can go on for centuries. Wrath may persist long after the person who did another grievous wrong is dead. Feelings of wrath can manifest in different ways, including impatience, hateful misanthropy, revenge, and self-destructive behavior, such as a drug abuse or suicide. According to Catechism of the Catholic Church, the neutral act of anger becomes the sin of wrath when it is directed against an innocent person, when it is unduly strong or long-lasting, or when it desires excessive punishment. Hatred is the sin of desiring that someone else may suffer misfortune or evil, and is mortal sin when one desires grave harm. People feel angry when they sense that they or someone they care about has been offended, when they are certain about the nature and cause of the angering event, when they are certain someone else is responsible, and when they feel they can still influence the situation or cope with it.
No. Just no.
Envy, like greed and lust, is characterized by insatiable desire. It can be described as a sad or resentful covetousness towards the traits of possessions of someone else. It arises from vainglory and severs a man from his neighbor. Malicious envy is similar to jealousy in that they both feel discontent towards someone's traits, status, abilities, or rewards. A difference is that the envious also desire the entity and covet it. Envy can be directly related to the Ten Commandments, specifically, neither shall you covet anything that belongs to your neighbor, a statement that may also be related to greed. Dante defined envy as a desire to deprive other men of theirs. In Dante's Purgatory, the punishment for the envious is to have their eyes sewn shut with wire because they gain sinful pleasure from seeing others brought low.
Yeah. I love that punishment. Love that punishment.
According to St. Thomas Aquinas, the struggle arose by envy has 3 stages. During the first stage, the envious person attempts to lower another's reputation. In the middle stage, the envious person receives either joy at another's misfortune if he succeeds in defaming the other person, or grief at another's prosperity if he fails. The third stage is hatred because sorrow causes hatred.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
In accordance with the most widely accepted views, only pride weighs down the soul more than envy among the capital sins. Just like pride, envy has been associated directly with the devil. For wisdom, 2:24 states, the envy of the devil brought death to the world.
That he did. Well, he's supposed to.
Should.
Haven't seen any evidence of it yet.
Nah, he's been fucking too envious for it.
Ah! Funny guy, huh?
Yeah, funny jokes. Pride is considered on almost every list the original and most serious of the 7 deadly sins. The perversion of the faculties that make humans more like God, dignity, and holiness. It is also thought to be the source of the other capital sins, also known as hubris or futility. It is identified as dangerously corrupt selfishness, the puttings of one's own desires, urges, wants, and whims before the welfare of the other people.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, that one is solely a mine kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And it makes sense why he's always the one leading the charge for all the sins. In every association, you see this.
My pride will never be my downfall. And yet you still die. It takes a few episodes, but you die.
In even more destructive cases. Ooh, that felt weird.
I bet it did.
It is irrationally believing that one is essentially and necessarily better, superior, or more important than others, failing to acknowledge the accomplishments of others, and excessive admiration of the personal image of self, especially forgetting one's own lack of divinity, and refusing to acknowledge one's own limits, faults, or wrongs as a human being. What the weak head with the strongest bias rules is pride, the never-failing vice of fools.
Why does it have to be a vice of fools? Why can't it be a vice of
Eels?
all clowns,
Bloodhounds?
buffoons,
Yeah, buffoons.
prostitutes,
Bagpipes?
noblemen,
Cats.
dogs,
Ferrets.
weasels,
A rock.
chair.
Job dirt.
I got a Jordan! I got a Jordan!
Alexander Pope in an essay on criticism, line 203, as pride has been labeled the father of all sins, it has been deemed the devil's most prominent trait. C.S. Lewis writes in Mere Christianity that pride is the anti-God state, the position in which the ego and the self are directly opposed to God. Unchastity, anger, greed, drunkenness, and all that are mere flea bites in comparison. It was through pride that the devil became the devil. Pride leads to every other vice. It is the complete anti-God state of mind. Pride is understood to sever the spirit from God as well as his life and grace-giving presence.
Look, I don't know who told them this information, but the last time I heard, the devil wears Prada. That's all I'm gonna say, alright?
He does wear a lot of Prada. One can be prideful for different reasons. Author Ichabod Spencer states that spiritual pride is the worst kind of pride, if not worst snare of the devil.
Ichabod? The man has the same name as the main character from Sleepy Hollow. Does anyone know where his head is right now?
Up your ass?
That's what the itch is.
It's his hair.
Beard hair, just...
The heart is particularly deceitful on this one thing. Jonathan Edwards said, "Remember that pride is the worst viper that is in the heart, the greatest disturber of the soul's peace and sweet communion with Christ. It was the first sin that ever was and lies lowest in the foundation of Satan's whole building, and is the most difficultly rooted out, and is the most hidden, secret, and deceitful of all lusts, and often creeps in insensibly into the midst of religion, and sometimes under the disguise of humility." In ancient Athens, hubris was considered one of the greatest crimes and was used to refer to insolent contempt that can cause one to use violence to shame the victim. This sense of hubris could also characterize rape. Aristotle defined hubris as shaming the victim not because of anything that happened to the committer or might happen to the committer, but merely for the committer's own gratification. The word's connotation changed somewhat over time, with some additional emphasis towards a gross overestimation of one's abilities.
Yes, let's follow the old man who had multiple orgies with other men and very few women. There was a whole lot of oil back then, okay?
Not enough oil.
It's just making me think of Year One, where that big old hairy fat dude is looking at Michael Cera like, "Boy, more oil." Like, oh.
Well, my mind is more on the fucking, like, trying to catch greased up pigs.
Oh, God, no. Fuck that.
The term has been used to analyze and make sense of the actions of contemporary heads of government by Ian Kershaw, Peter Beinart, and in much more physiological manner of David Owen. In this context, the term has been used to describe how certain leaders, when put to positions of immense power, seem to become irrationally self-confident in their own abilities, increasingly reluctant to listen to the advice of others, and progressively more impulsive in their actions.
There's actually already a word for that. It's called egotistical.
It's a fairly new word, though. Fuck you. Dante's definition of pride was love of self perverted to hatred and contempt for one's neighbor. Pride is associated with more intra-individual negative outcomes and is commonly related to expression of aggression and hostility. As one might expect, pride is not always associated with high self-esteem, but with highly fluctuating or variable self-esteem. Excessive feelings of pride have a tendency to create conflict and sometimes terminating close relationships, which has led to be understood as one of the few emotions with no clear positive or adaptive functions.
This just sounds like somebody... Daddy didn't love me.
You're not wrong.
Dude.
He didn't love you.
How did you know?
I'm your father.
No, you're not.
I'm your true father.
No, you're not. Don't even.
Am I not?
Don't you dare.
Did the DNA test lie?
There was no DNA test. You know why? Because I'm my own father.
You're your own father?
Yeah.
What does that make me, chop liver?
Yeah.
And that explains the fucking liver.
I put it in the bowl for you. What else did you want?
Some more liver.
Forget about it.
Pride is generally associated with an absence of humility. It may also be associated with the lack of knowledge. John Gay states that by ignorance is pride increased. They most assume who know the least.
Mr. Gay.
I saw your head perk up when I said that, and it made me laugh.
Mr. Gay. Ooh, do I have a question for you? Go over the first part that had him in it.
By ignorance is pride increased?
Ignorance is pride increased.
America right now.
Ooh, boy. Look, you need to have published this like 20 years earlier. It would have been so much better.
No, it needed to be put on a fucking billboard.
Yeah. I agree. Like, biggest billboard you could have found.
Put it on Times Square.
I don't know about Times Square. Look, there's a lot of video game stuff that happens there, so I kind of want to keep that.
Alright, put it in the fireworks.
What is it, a QR code you can scan in a firework?
Dude, yeah.
Can you do that?
Probably.
Be a bitch.
It would be a bitch, but I mean, they can write words with explosives.
True.
Someone get on this. I want to see this.
Make a QR code.
To our page.
That way, we can figure out how to make it. And whenever we're trying to send like long-winded messages, instead of talking over the walkie, we can just type it out, send up a QR code flare, and you just scan that, and it'll take you to the message.
I just imagine every time you do it, it just says bitch. Or I'm lost, fucker.
I don't even get lost that much.
I know, but it'd be funny.
It would be funny.
Benjamin Franklin said, in reality there is perhaps no one of our natural passion so hard to subdue as pride. Disguise it, struggle with it, stifle it, mortify it as much as one pleases. It is still alive and will every now and then peep out and show itself. You will see it perhaps often in this history, or for even if I could conceive that I had completely overcome it, I should probably be proud of my humility. Joseph Addison states that there is no passion that steals into the heart more imperceptibly and covers itself under more disguises than pride.
Good God, the way that they're phrasing this, it's basically fucking Hamlet. To be or not to be, that is thine question.
I don't miss talking like that.
I don't either. Wherefore art thou going?
Yo, bitch, where you at?
Right, that's so much easier. What is thou doing today? Yo, what up?
So easy. So much easier now.
What the fuck?
Current language is...
Whoever thought that shit was a good variation on the English language?
Just remember, we're slowly getting back into hieroglyphics because of fucking emojis.
Yeah, and we're
memes.
getting into weird online cryptocurrency
That are failing.
Yeah. And then there's the whole fucking... apparently you can be... You can be trans, you can be bi, you can be whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, I ain't touching this.
Including you can be... trans race?
You can be trans disabled.
Some dude identifies as trans Korean.
There was a whole movement of people disabling themselves because they thought that they
What?
identified as trans disabled. Like blinding or dismembering themselves.
What? What?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because they're stupid.
I'm losing all faith in this fucking planet.
I identify as blind. Perfect.
I identify as mentally retarded. Somebody give me a hammer and a nail. Kink!
In hell, the embodiment of the seven sins are Lucifer's pride, Mammon as greed, Asmodeus as lust, Leviathan as envy, Beelzebub as gluttony, Satan as wrath, and Belphegor as sloth.
Belphegor. I fucking hate Belphegor.
Oh, do you want to go on a tangent about them?
Belphegor is a seeding asshat. Like, who did it say was wrath for that one?
No.
Satan, right?
Satan, yeah.
And then Leviathan was envy.
Yep.
And Belphegor had him as...
Sloth.
Sloth? Okay. I remember seeing one that had those three fucked up. Like, it had Leviathan in Sloth, Belphegor in envy, and then Satan was still in wrath, but it looked weird. So I just making sure, but yeah. Belphegor, slowest, most annoying person I've ever fucking dealt with.
Do go on.
I met him at a crossroads, and I shit you not, this man moves like Slowpoke Rodriguez. Like he goes slower than normal turtle speed.
Oh,
Like,
no.
you know the story of the tortoise and the hare?
Yeah.
Yeah, in this case, the slowest one does not fucking win. He's just goddamn slow.
Oh, man. Did you want to go on a tangent about any of the other sins?
Who do they
in
have
hell?
as gluttony on there?
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Beelzebub's actually fairly easy to deal with. Leviathan, not so much.
Okay, so Leviathan is different than the Leviathan, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Leviathan is Satan's... That's his boy.
Okay. But back up here on Earth, the mantle passes with each death of the sins carried. I believe you know much more on this front, Ragnar.
After diving through several different mythologies and a few crazy accounts, including some of my own experiences, is that all of the sins have basically a mortal shell on Earth, but it's not like a free use, do whatever you want kind of thing. They're basically they're going to be walking the earth until the apocalypse happens, and then they get to unleash everything. They're part of that whole conundrum, but every like 100 years,
Or when one dies.
yeah, or whenever one dies, the fucking sin passes on to whoever I guess is the most adequately fit for said sin.
And it can go into anything that's not technically immortal.
Yeah.
Although that gives the question of how it can go into a demon or an angel, since they are kind of immortal.
Well, see, they technically created it.
So they're like the exceptions.
Yeah. You know, owner's rights and everything.
Dude, imagine a fucking fly having gluttony.
That would be terrible, because then that fly could get fucking famine to help him out.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That
See how nasty that combo would be?
Ooh.
Yeah. Don't want that.
Or pestilence.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
And that one smells bad. Like, that one smells enormously worse.
Much more connected to the fly.
Oh, yeah.
So what would their abilities be in their mortal forms?
It would just be reflections of the sin. Like, lust would be seduction or something like that. Gluttony would be a bottomless abyss of a stomach. He could pretty much eat people whole. Greed would probably be the ability to steal another's wealth or just steal in general. Wrath would be the power to annihilate. Envy would be basically, it'd probably just be raw power that's fed off of people's envy of them. Am I missing one?
Pride.
Pride. Ugh. Pride would be
Power.
Yeah.
Just power.
Yeah.
So we've said that only mortals can carry the sin. Would it be easier or harder to be like who can versus who can't?
Not really.
Like, could a halfling, dwarf?
I'm not really sure on those. I don't know. You gotta remember, those...
They have not been on Earth for a long time.
Yeah, they haven't been around for a few thousand years.
Most monsters probably can't.
Uh-huh.
So does it mostly go towards people without magic?
It can. I mean, I'm not really sure if it's like a 50-50 kind of chance.
I do wonder about the specifics now.
I don't know, man.
I feel like the angels and demons would know because they would try to fucking like
Do we need to have a screening process for you?
Oh, I want to know how to corral it.
Fine. We'll figure that out later.
Okay, you've said that it's very difficult to track them.
Yeah, tracking them is almost impossible because they can literally just disperse their essence everywhere. And it throws off any chance of being able to pick it up.
Even scrying?
Yeah. Good luck. Good fucking luck.
Are they fairly hard to kill or easy to kill? They are in mortal form, after all.
They are in mortal form, but that does not mean they're any less challenging. They are still very old and very powerful beings.
Well, if they keep going, if the power is transferred to young individuals...
That power can always be reinvigorated, though.
Yeah.
They're powered by the sin.
Yeah, my question is more of, like, do do they gain abilities for protecting themselves, or do they just...
That I have no idea. That is something I unfortunately have zero knowledge of.
Fair enough. Like, my question is, like, would they be just naturally harder to actually keep down?
Yes. Definitely.
Do you know of any weaknesses or strengths?
I do not.
You said you've had some experience with them. Let's fucking hear it.
I've met one.
Let's fucking hear it.
I met him at a coffee shop in Atlanta for like a total of 10 minutes. He scared the absolute living shit out of me, and then he literally just gone.
And you said that one was Wrath, correct?
Yeah.
The only one that probably would have killed you on sight.
Yeah. Surprisingly didn't. But
here you are.
Yeah. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's great.
I actually I actually would like to meet one to question them, like, how's it work?
Run.
If they even know.
Run.
I'd probably go for Gluttony. He seems like the weak link.
Yeah, of course you would go for the fat man.
He'd be the one, just keep him fed and he's good. Like, while I'm questioning him, just here's cake.
I guess, yeah. It's fair.
Is there anything else you want to add, or do you know?
No.
Oh, they're very hard to actually get info on.
Yeah, they really are, and it sucks that there's not just like a manual of how to deal with everything.
And again, it's very also surprising that they've been around longer than most religions, and yet they are coincide with most of them.
Yeah. It's very strange.
I guess they just have to fucking bring them in at some point, like, hey, be mindful, these guys bad.
Right? Gotta give him the old what for.
But yeah, do you want to say anything to the audience before we tap out?
I tapped.
Alright, that's all we have for this week, so follow us on Instagram at a.hunters.guide or hg.ragnar. Send us some questions, suggestions, tips, and stories of your own to our email at ahuntersguide@yahoo.com. Send us some donations at our Patreon or PayPal at ahuntersguide. Proceeds help us make better content and merch for you. We have shirts and more posted to our pages, but send us requests for what else you people want and price and delivery options. Check out our podcast, or check out our website at pod.co/a-hunters-guide. Join us next week when we cover our next horror. Hunters, signing up.